So you're a financial institution and you're on Facebook, yeah. That's a good first step. There's a huge difference though being on Facebook and loads of stats, reports measure the penetration of social media at financial institutions, which usually measure just, yeah, it's a checkbox. Is it in? Is it, is there a page? Yes, no. So it's one thing to be there, to have a basic page. Something else to be successful on a social network, an online community like Facebook. But first of all, what success? Yeah, is it absolute success or is it success within the industry? Yeah, I believe it's important to know what's happening in our industry. We know our challenges. It's highly regulated. It's not like usually sexy products we have. Like it's not tangible. It's very important products, and there's many things we could say about our products, but not just the product themselves, but more from a life event type of thing. Okay, how can financial products change your life? And they do on daily basis. They make people happy or angry or sad or so it's fantastic actually industry. And now social media gives us the opportunity to connect with people, to go over and beyond just a sales approach, to be more friendly and to communicate in a more intuitive way and simple way with video, for instance, to have conversations with people. Okay. Another question is, well, on Facebook, what can we do there? Yeah. Again, we're not an Apple, we're not a Dell, we're not a Best Buy. What can we do? Yeah. We're not Nutella. Do people really want to interact with their bank or their insurance company on Facebook to talk about products? We'll see that actually at a later stage. Yeah. Some companies are doing it, have started, so they believe we can. So, for instance, ASB Bank in New Zealand, when they launched the first virtual branch on Facebook back in September 2010. You've got other banks, more recently Crédit Agricole Pyrénées-Gascogne, a regional bank in the southwest of France. They launched the first social media bank. Basically, it's part of their team is interacting on Facebook, Twitter, 3D internet, so virtual world, to provide a different kind of user experience to the market, basically. So that's interesting, and those initiatives are there. What we do at Visible Banking, again, we believe of the value of understanding the industry. So we've started benchmarking how financial institutions worldwide have been using social media and channels like Twitter or Facebook, and we started in 2009. So now, few stats from early June, close to 900 accounts and pages and applications in that respect in more than 70 countries. Application just that topic, that subcategory, so more than 140. Now we've got more than 150 applications on that day, and we're mid-June now, yeah? So a few things. So the top 10, so most liked pages on Facebook worldwide. So you see a good distribution. It's not just the US, but the US is leading so far. A few companies, basically Chase, with one program called Community Giving. The idea is to invite Facebook users to recommend and to flag their favorite charities, and then Chase is distributing $5 million to the lucky winners. Yeah, so it's very engaging. It's the third edition of the program that just is about to finish actually any day. So hence the huge volume of fans. I would challenge something is what's the value of those fans to the brand? Who are those fans? Okay, how many of them are good prospects? How many of them will change their mind about Chase because of that charity initiative? Yeah. So we need to think about that when we think Facebook. You see the growth in May, again, huge growth because that was the third edition of the program, right? And then you've got American Express entrenched in their strategy. They're very social. They want to be, and they're supporting the small business world and space. So you see here a few key initiatives from the company, not just B2C, but B2B as well. And it translates in the three pages in number 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Small Business Saturday, they managed to reach more than 1 million fans within 3 weeks when they launched back in early November 2010. One of the reasons, the scale of American Express. Second, that's a real initiative which appeals to people. You've got Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They decided to create something in between called Small Business Saturday, which basically is urging American people to go and shop at local stores and the local communities versus going into the large nationwide chains. And you see other things here. I deliberately I put a mix of pages, not just hardcore financial products or pages, but also anything associated to financial brands. And you see here, for instance, football, rugby in the UK, RBS and Barclays. One I love, I find funny, is Mayhem, so from Allstate, and you see here at number 7. And one phenomenon is in Turkey. Since April, there's a war on Facebook in Turkey, right? Turkey is one of the biggest user of online technologies, from Skype to Facebook and Twitter, video. So the country uses it at an enormous scale. And since April, again, we saw a war, especially between two banks, Guarantee and Akbank. And both of them, they had roughly, let's say, roughly about 50K fans back in March or April. And now each have more than 400,000. So we see the impact, mainly due to aggressive promotion on their own assets, especially the public page. You've got a splash page, boom, join us on Facebook. So it's quite in your face and a good way to drive awareness. Same thing, you drive awareness, you increase the number of followers or fans in that respect, but you don't want to disappoint them. So you need to do it, start promoting heavily when you've got interesting things happening on the page. This is another category or ranking. It's top 10 in EMEA, so Europe, Middle East, Africa. And again, you see what I mentioned there. You've got a few more pages, one of them being in France, Zero Tracker, MMA, so in Insure. They do very well in terms of engaging with people. It's not just a number of fans, yeah. And you see the growth, which is important on the right-hand side. You see a hugely followed page like BNP Paribas Net. I mean, they remain like stable for the last year roughly. They grew very quickly and then stalled. So again, how can financial institutions carry on growing the size of audience and better understanding those audiences? There's no point having 1 million fans if you don't know who they are. Yeah, that's the key thing. Yeah, and that's one of the things we do to help at Visible Banking. Those are the apps. Again, this was from early June. We added some more since then. So you see here various countries. Again, Chase Community Giving. That was the initiative. Big Break, another initiative covered on Visible Banking. American Express launched that, and I believe it ends in June. So that's why it was so much used. And you can check a few other applications. So Interesting World, the application on Facebook. So this was me and us at Visible Banking. We would love to work with you. A value of working with us is save time. Very quickly, we can help you take your existing strategy or initiative to the next level, and we share some pragmatic and actionable recommendations. One of the things we do is organize webinars or seminars as well internally. So again, in one day, we would achieve more than in months with a traditional digital agency. So I hope you'll enjoy watching that video. Stay tuned on Visible Banking for new updates in the future. Christophe Langlois from London, UK.